This is TRANCE Nation Canada in Toronto. We are speaking to Arcitc Moon.
Yo.
First of all, thank you very much for meeting with us today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. We saw each other like a few months ago at ASOT, right?
That's right. And since ASOT 600 in Den Bosch, you've been very busy touring.
Oh yeah.
You've also had a lot of time to spend in the studio, and you've had a lot of releases. So talk to us about the Valhalla going top 10 in the last few months.
Yeah, that was actually my plan, to like push it as high as I can in Beatport, Trance top 100. And yeah, actually we did it, I think it was like number 6 there in the ranking, and yeah, I'm extremely happy with it because uplifting trance is not that popular in this top trance rankings, right? Mm-hmm. So this top 6 for me it was like something really big, and I just like really happy that people enjoyed the track and and both it, right? Not just download illegal.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's quite the achievement. And I mean, since then you've also had a new remix with Dash Berlin.
Yeah.
And
actually that remix was released yesterday. The full version of the remix, and it's already also in Beatport top 100. After one day. So I'm also hoping maybe to push it to top 10. So we'll see.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, what about the collaboration you've had with Brian Kearney?
It's finished. I'm already playing it at the gigs. I think it works really good. It's it's comparing to Valhalla, it's more techy, still really uplifting melody, the breakdown, but the main part is this big fast drop, and it works perfectly on the dance floor, so I'm really happy with it. And it's gonna be released in October.
In October.
So that's
Have you got a certain date yet?
No.
Okay.
Only scheduled for October, but I don't have a certain date.
Okay. And speak to us a little bit about your debut vocal track.
Yeah, my debut vocal track is actually with Sari. She did a track with Marcus Schultz, for example, or 4 strings. And it's gonna be a little bit slower than my usual stuff, actually. It's 132 BPM, but still very melodic. I think it's still really banging, actually. It's not like a progressive trance, like a calm trance, but more energetic version. That even if you speed up to 138 BPM, it still works pretty good. So yeah, I'm really excited actually about this release. So we'll see. I don't have any release date for this one yet, but
it's a work in progress. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, for the summer of 2013, you've done a lot of events. Tomorrowland, which is huge in Belgium, Ultrasonic, yeah. Most recently in Holland, Luminosity. Tell us about your tours with all these big festivals. What's your reaction?
I think Tomorrowland after the ASOT was one of my biggest festivals so far, and before Tomorrowland I played at Ultrasonic, which also was pretty huge, and that was definitely one of the craziest weekends this year. And Tomorrowland is more known for house music, but still the trance-addict stage was packed, and the people who came there, they came for really banging trance music. So I had really good reaction from the people. So I'm just hoping for next year for Tomorrowland. Maybe it's a different stage, maybe something bigger.
Right. Now, do you find that you have to play a different style or a different technique when you're playing to these big type of festivals compared to, say, the solo gigs on your club tours?
Not really. I just play my stuff, like fast trance, uplifting, techie trance, and yeah, I almost never play progressive or trance, this kind of stuff. I always play really banging sets. I start with 138 BPM, and it kind of go only higher, not slower.
So in other words, you're staying true to the essence of trance music,
yes,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And now you've seen a lot of trance producers and artists venture off into maybe experimenting with other genres, maybe other BPMs. Do you think, or do you foresee yourself maybe trying to experiment with the...
Yeah, actually, I already did that with the We Are in the Crowd track, which was released together with Valhalla. The opinions were mixed because there's like a true uplifting fans that didn't like the track because it's slower, it's more like Chelsea, you know. But there's also the other kind of people that like every trance track, not only uplifting, and they like it, this track. So yeah, I think it's good to experiment, you know. I'm definitely not planning to like change my style to the slower trance. I'm definitely gonna produce uplifting tracks. That's my main style, right? But still, it's I think it's good to experiment with other kinds of music, not only do the same stuff for all the time, because it can be boring for me as a producer.
Right. Now, recently you were also in Ibiza, and most recently in Prague for Future Sound of Egypt 300. Tell us a little bit about the experience that you had in Ibiza as well as in Prague recently.
Ibiza was my first time there. It was a boat party. It was a Future Sound of Egypt boat party, and it was sold out event. And yeah, it was my first time, and I think it went really good.
Was it also your first boat party?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I can remember any other boat parties. Yeah, I think that was my first boat party actually. Yeah,
Awesome.
and it was definitely an interesting experience because the view, everything, the sea, it looked amazing. So.
Now, recently after the gig in Prague, you also had a gig in Seattle.
Yeah.
And immediately after that, you were here in Toronto.
Just straight after my set in Prague, like 2 hours after my set, I had my flight to Seattle, and after Seattle, I had only 3 hours of sleep, and again straight to the airport, and I'm here in Toronto right now.
So tell me a little bit about how you're able to cope with the demand of your traveling schedule, as well as being able to perform, and then here you are debuting in Toronto at Toika Lounge with Osmosis. I mean, tell us about it. How are you able to manage all that?
Lots of Red Bull, lots of coffee and Red Bull. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And do you also have a lot of time when you're actually in the hotels or in the plane to do some of your production?
No, I never do productions on my laptop. When I'm touring, because it's like. It's for me. I need to be in my studio with the proper sound system, and I just can't do it on laptop.
So tell us a little bit about the remainder of the year now for 2013. Now we're in the first week of September. What are the next gigs that are upcoming on your schedule?
For example, this weekend I'm playing in Los Angeles. It will be my third time there. And after this, I play in London. Then I think Mexico, Slovenia. I can't even remember all the gigs because it's like every week there's something, So yeah, it's definitely looking busy, a lot busier than last year. So I'm really, really happy about it. And yeah, I'm actually coming back to Canada. I don't know if I can say it officially.
I'm not sure if you can either, but we're hoping to see you soon.
I'll be coming back to Canada. Yeah, and there's like a lot of studio work going on. I'm working on next vocal track with a very talented singer called Johnny Rose. And what else? There's like a few other instrumental tracks and other stuff, other collaborations, So there's like really, really, tight schedule for everything. Yeah.
Now now you hail from Poland.
Yeah.
The sound of trance coming out of Poland nowadays, it's unbelievable, yourself included. Was it a struggle to get that song heard out there? Was it more difficult for you than other people, say, coming from the Netherlands, for instance?
Maybe it wasn't like harder to for the people to hear my tracks, but for me as a DJ, definitely it was harder to get really to the top, because the DJs from the Netherlands, they are known from Netherlands, and there are like many big DJs from there, right? For example, but from Poland we have maybe only like few DJs that play regularly, like Indecent Noise, Nitrous Oxide, that's it. Yeah.
Now with your big gig in April in Den Bosch, ASOT 600, multi-stage, thousands of people.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what your feelings were when you were in front of all those people on that stage.
It was my dream, right, to play at ASOT. So it was like, few years ago, I was like on ASOT 450, just in a crowd in Poland, right? And then like, what, 3 years later, right? I'm on the stage playing for, you know, this huge crowd, and so that was definitely, you know, I was actually before my set I was a little bit nervous, you know, but when I came to the stage I was just perfectly fine, you know, really energetic. I felt the energy from the crowds, and yeah, it was definitely one of my best gigs so far.
And I can tell you, as a witness to your set there was a lot of people who came from Poland, you know, with their Polish flags in the dance floor, you know, cheering you on, right? Yourself and Indecent Noise included as well. Tell me about the gig that you're most looking forward to playing for the latter part of this year. That's already confirmed that, you know, that we can talk about.
I think Dreamland in Mexico. I played there last year, and it's in a really huge water park. So it's like a 36 hours non-stop party.
Was that your first time when you went to Mexico last time?
Yeah,
okay,
that's my first time in Mexico. Yeah, and yeah, I'm coming back this year in October, and yeah, it's gonna be definitely you know, same as last year. It's huge, you know, and you know, the Mexican people, they are really passionate about trance, and yeah, it's definitely gonna be amazing.
Now, do you see a shift in the genre of trance when you travel? I mean, you're traveling all over the world, not just Europe and North America, but you're traveling everywhere. Do you see a shift in trance or the demand in trance when you travel overseas?
You know, I think it's actually we have really funny times, because trance was really popular in Europe, right? And now I think it's different, because trance is moving to the United States. The people here, I see that they are really passionate about the faster kind of trance. They are like, you know, for them I think it's something new, you know, but for us, like European people, you know, we had this trance for many years, and now I see that European people want, it's more like this EDM stuff, you know what I mean, like a house, you know, this kind of music, you know, but yeah, so I think it's like a circle, and you know, the trance is like moving now to America, and then maybe it will come back to Europe again, you know. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Now, with the future now, in terms of your collaborations, is there anything that you're working on that you can maybe you know, go into a little bit more detail? What can your fans expect in terms of releases coming out from you for the next little while?
Yeah, as I said before, you know, I'm working on this new vocal track with Johnny Rose. So I'm planning to do the two versions. The original will be more like a radio track, you know, more slower, a little bit, you know, something like maybe like progressive, you know, trance. But like original mix, I'm planning to do more, you know, my remix for the Killers, something in this style, you know, really uplifting, energetic stuff. Yeah.
Now, in your local market of Poland, is there a lot of airplay of your music in the radio stations and whatnot?
No, zero, completely zero. Yeah.
And do you see a shift going on in your local market as well for trance? Because
no, trance was really popular in Poland, and now it's moving away from Poland. Yeah, and more this, you know, house music is getting bigger right now.
So how do you manage time to, you know, your home time, your personal time with family, and with all this busy touring, as well as the demands that you need for being in the studio?
I usually do gigs on weekends, right? So I'm at home like from Monday to Friday, you know. So I think I still have a lot of time for for friends and family, but it's definitely getting harder and harder. You know, I'm like touring more often, so yeah. It's a little bit, still something new for me actually, so yeah.
Now, outside of music and outside of spending time traveling in the studio, what do you enjoy doing? Is there something that you're looking forward to doing when you're not, you know, spinning in a club or in a festival?
Usually when I get back from a tour, I'm so tired that I just like sleep all day. Sleep all day, or just watch movie, or you know, it's kind of stuff like that, you know, or just produce music, right? Yeah, but I used to ride bike a lot, like downhill freeride stuff, so more extreme kinds of, you know, riding. So yeah, but you know, it's hard for me because I don't have time for that. Yeah.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for meeting with us, and I hope you enjoy Toronto. I know this is your first time here.
Yeah, it's my first time.
We're hoping that you visit us again sometime soon.
Yeah, definitely.
And
It was a pleasure to play here for the first time, and I had an amazing time. The Toika was packed. People who came there were really energetic. They knew what they came for. They came for 138 BPM trance. And actually before I started playing, there was like a few people just screaming. Start with 138 BPM. Don't start with progressive or anything like that. Just start straight with banging trance. And I was just like, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, again, thank you very much for meeting with us. It was a pleasure, and we wish you the best of success and safe journeys for your future gigs for the remainder of 2013.
Yeah, thank you, man. It was a pleasure.